Ah, the tangled webs we weave.
What's going on, y'all? It's Dawhveed, and I'm back with another Borderlands 3 video. Today's video is going to wrap up my favorite weapons list, and as you probably saw already, it will be on the top 10 honorable mentions for my favorites list. If you missed either parts of this list, I'll leave the link to both of them up here in the corner, so go check those out. And so, without further ado, we'll kick it off with the first weapon on my honorable mentions list, the Lucians Call. Lucians Call is a legendary Vladov assault rifle that can be found as a world drop or from Crazy Earl aboard the Sanctuary. Since I had Rowan's Call on my top 10 favorites, I figured that I had to put this gun on here just since they're so similar. Lucian's Call is great for mobbing, and I especially love using the cryo damage one because the freeze effect along with Flak's fadeaway ability is really good. Next on my list is going to be the Cutsman. The Cutsman is a legendary Malawan SMG world drop. This gun does some serious damage and elemental damage to enemies, and it works great for crit swapping on bosses, since the projectiles are so slow. The projectile pattern is very cool, but the magazine size is sort of lackluster, but it mainly uses it on Grave Ward and the Agonizer. Coming up next on the list is the Facepuncher legendary shotgun from Hyperion. This gun almost made my list because it's just so damn versatile and it packs a huge punch. For those of you that don't know, the Facepuncher scales off melee damage and each hit counts as a melee hit. So running builds that augment your melee attacks are really effective with this gun. I like to use the White Elephant artifact that sticks enemies with bombs when you shoot it. The Facepuncher is a world drop, but I have found a ton of them from Grave Ward, so seriously you guys should go get one. Number 4 is going to be the legendary Hive rocket launcher made by Torg. You can find it as a world drop, but you have a better chance of fighting it from Princess Tarantella in the Splinterlands. The Hive is both aesthetically pleasing and impressively effective. Something about me in this game is that I love homing projectile weapons, like the Atlas grenade mods, and the Hive just has homing bees essentially. Like when you shoot it, it shoots the Hive, and then like a bunch of homing bees come out. This gun works really well at taking down the small pesky enemies while you focus on more important enemies. Next on the list is another Torg launcher, the Lump. I just recently discovered this one and it packs a hell of a punch. I found mine from actually the Slaughter Shaft, which I've been farming a ton lately, but I imagine it's a world drop so you can just find it anywhere. This thing takes a good bit to charge up, but once it's released it does massive dot damage and then even better explosive damage. Just like the Hive, it's also really great for clearing the smaller enemies and mobs. Number 6 on my list is the Breath of the Dying legendary assault rifle from Dahl. You can find the Breath of the Dying as a world drop. I picked this one not because it does crazy damage or anything, but mainly because I just enjoy the feel of Dahl weapons. They kind of feel like Call of Duty to me almost, and I love playing Call of Duty. This particular Dahl weapon has a really neat effect actually. If you kill an enemy with it, they disperse green blobs that deal damage to more enemies. The ability is super useful because if you kill a lot of people in quick succession, you're going to be doing some good damage in an AoE. Number 7 is actually going to be the first grenade mod on this list, and that's the legendary pangolin grenade mod, Moxie's Bouncing Pear. Now this name is incredibly funny obviously, and the red text is from Team Rocket and Pokemon. So the novelty of it is already awesome. I mean, like aside from that, it does pretty good damage, and since it throws out 2 separate elemental grenades, you have good elemental coverage. I recommend everyone having one of these since it's just absolutely hilarious, and it's so versatile and it's easy to find since it's a world drop. Next on the list is actually another grenade mod, and that's going to be the Stormfront. The Stormfront is a legendary Hyperion or Tediore grenade mod and can be found as a world drop. If you don't have a good shock hex grenade, this one can stand in as a good shield stripper. It has really good area coverage and does impressive damage. In tight spaces just like this, the Stormfront does some really good work. Now rounding out the last 2 spots on my list are actually weapons that I almost put into my top 10 just because they're absolutely hilarious, and if they were any more powerful they'd probably be OP. So at number 9 is the Ghetto Burger launcher from Torg. You receive this as a reward from the Dynasty Diner quest in Promethea. The Ghetto Burger is just all around awesome, and it does really poopy damage, but come on, it shoots cheeseburgers. Also, minor spoiler, I'm pretty sure that it does corrosive damage, probably because the burgers are made from ratch meat, and that just can't be good for you. And for the final weapon on my list, I chose the Echo 2 grenade mod. I found mine from Grave Ward, but I imagine it is a world drop. This grenade mod is just so freaking funny to use, and it does surprisingly okay damage actually. If you can't tell already, it's an echo device that blows up, and what more could you ask for? So that's going to be the end of my favorite weapons video and honorable mentions list. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to like the video and to subscribe so that you can catch all my future content. I really appreciate it. Like, I honestly appreciate it, and every like and subscriber is helping me grow the channel. If you have anything that you want to say, anything, make sure to leave it in the comments below because I reply to every single comment. So yeah, thank you for watching again, and I'll catch you guys all next time. See ya.
Opposites attracted, magnetic and irreplaceable. Picture perfect, photogenic, doubts diminish. Yes, I'm finished acting like nobody has my back. Girl, you told me that I'ma keep you steady on your path, so I'm knowing.